Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Look, if you're architecting or managing enterprise IT right now, you know the ground under us is literally shifting. We aren't just making minor upgrades anymore, we are in the middle of a total paradigm shift. Today, we're unpacking what I like to call the master key to next-generation rack-scale architecture, and that is SuperCloud Composer. It's basically the ultimate future-proof platform for the 2026 data center.
And it tackles the exact question keeping IT directors and lead architects up at night, right? How do you actually manage this next generation of data center architecture? Because let's face it, we're looking at a massive influx of demanding AI workloads, incredibly dense computing requirements, and entirely new power and thermal dynamics. The complexity is just skyrocketing. You really can't rely on fragmented legacy tools to manage interconnected, liquid-cooled, AI-driven infrastructure. You need something unified. Something intelligent.
So here's our roadmap for today. We'll quickly hit next-gen architecture, hardware compatibility, power and cooling, AI compute, software management, and finally, getting prepped for the 2026 data center. All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, next-gen rack-scale architecture.
Just take a look at this physical rack for a second. We are way past managing single servers in a vacuum, you know? Now, we're orchestrating these massive monolithic blocks of compute, memory, and networking. Every single node, cable, and switch absolutely has to act in perfect unison. At this level of density, not having a centralized composer isn't just an inconvenience, it's literally an operational nightmare.
Moving right along to Section 2, massive hardware compatibility.
SuperCloud Composer casts an incredibly wide net across all the major server families. So whether you're running AMD H-series, Intel X-series, Ampere platforms, or those really dense blade architectures, you're covered. You are bringing entirely diverse CPU architectures and generations into one single pane of glass, which is a game changer because it means you aren't stuck navigating hundreds of individual SKUs.
The main takeaway here is this number, 95%. That means the vast majority of your Supermicro infrastructure is instantly recognized and manageable from day one with 95% out-of-the-box support coverage. And what about those 5% specialized edge cases? Well, they're handled upon request, so absolutely no hardware gets left orphaned in your environment. Let's slide over to Section 3, Power and Cooling Infrastructure. That unified approach we just talked about, it extends seamlessly right into your third-party power ecosystem too. From Raritan and Schneider, including their AP and ePDU lines, all the way to ServerTech and native Supermicro power shelves. Basically, you're getting granular component-level visibility into your entire rack's power grid. Now, notice the active tension here between today's reality and tomorrow's demands. On the left side, you've got rock-solid support for current generation in-row and in-rack CDUs, including those 100 and 250 kilowatt models. But look at the right side. The roadmap is actively tackling 50 kilowatt RDH systems and a frankly staggering 1 megawatt water tower. It's crazy to think about, but this platform is already anticipating the immense thermal loads we'll see tomorrow.
Next up, Section 4, Managing Next-Gen AI Compute.
For the extreme demands of the AI era, Composer fully supports GB200 and the upcoming GB300 NVL72 compute trays and switches. But you aren't just monitoring basic on and off health here. You're tracking granular GPU performance metrics. And this is crucial. For these dense liquid-cooled environments, you've got active leak protection monitoring, event alarms, and tailored firmware advisors. It's next-level protection.
And the innovation totally doesn't stop with the current gen. Check this out. By the time you're ready to unbox the next generation of AI silicon, like the VR200 NVL72 computing tray, Composer is already engineered to manage it, with a proof of concept rolling out in version 3.14.
Okay, let's look at Section 5, Intelligent Software Management. Because visibility is really only half the battle, right? This is about your operational lifecycle. It's a completely automated pipeline taking you from zero to fully managed. The flow goes right from automated device discovery straight into seamless OS deployment, locks down your standard configurations at the baseline, and then runs continuous real-time monitoring. It fundamentally just slashes your operational overhead. And crucially, Composer doesn't force you to rip and replace your existing IT stack. It plays nice and hooks directly into your enterprise ecosystem. Whether it's LDAP and Keycloak for security, RESTful APIs for programmatic control, or active webhooks pushing actionable tickets straight into ServiceNow or Salesforce, it adapts perfectly to the workflows you already use.
Finally, let's wrap up with Section 6, the 2026 data center. Look at what is actively in development right now to safeguard your investments over the next few years. We're talking support for unreleased H15 and X15 platforms, dynamic thermal policies to protect those sensitive liquid-cooled nodes, deep power grid management, and BBU shelf integration to handle massive, localized power fluctuations. Features like these prove this isn't just a reactive tool, it is a foundational, future-proof strategy.
So, as we look ahead to the bleeding edge of AI and liquid cooling, I want to return to our anchor statistic, 95% out-of-the-box coverage. That single number represents unparalleled confidence. It's what allows your teams to focus on actual strategy rather than getting bogged down in incompatible silos.
We've seen how this platform unifies everything from standard servers to massive AI compute trays and literal megawatt cooling towers. So with 95% of next-gen infrastructure covered right out of the box, the only question left is your data center ready for the 2026 evolution? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep innovating out there.